Hello, good evening. Tiffany here, your guide to inner knowing and expansion through and with plant medicine. It is 8:15 and getting close to my wind down time, and this is where I journal my evening reflections. ADHD, whatever it is, my hyper focus really has been on my spiritual growth and the laws of manifestation, all buzzwords, and I get all hippy dippy. That's kind of how I feel about it sometimes. But there's a lot of truth to it, whether it's, Eastern philosophy, Western psychologies, spirituality, they all have a basis for some stuff. And the thing that I was journaling just now in my mindset is business journaling. Like, who am I speaking to? And the thing that kept coming up is helping people move from a conditioned state to a more aligned state. So we are the products of our conditioning. Everything we do has been some form of conditioning. What we eat, what we wear, how we speak, our dialects, our slang, all of it is the result of conditioning. And often we don't ever stop to ask ourselves, is this something I want? Do I like it? Do I like these clothes I wear? Do I feel pretty enough, smart enough? And so I'm just going to share my own story about something that has been conditioned into me from a very young age. And it's not that plant medicine gave me these aha moments and was the thing that solved all of my issues or problems, not issues, but it's the thing that helps me realize that I'm connected to something so much bigger than me that I can let it go easier. Okay, so from a very young age, I think in third grade, I got into special reading classes because I was behind in reading. I loved it. There was only a few of us in that room. I can't remember the teacher's name. She was amazing. Fast forward to grade school, or a little bit higher, I think it was like sixth grade. I got put into a class with Mrs. Dowell, who happened to be one of my favorite teachers in the end. But it was because everybody's like, oh, the stupid kids go to her and she has a split class, whatever. I don't know if that's actually true stories, right? I get to high school. I'm very fidgety. I can't sit in class. I'm labeled as disruptive. Nobody thinks I'm going to graduate. I kept getting stories from teachers about I'm going to amount to nothing over and over and over. Fast forward, I go to college at 27, I get my associate's degree, I get my bachelor's degree, I get my master's degree in therapy, working on the PhD to have a doctorate degree, constantly trying to prove to people, I guess, other people that I'm smart enough. But when I was 38, and I had already been started my doctorate degree, so at that point I was like, I might as well keep going. But at 38, I did Sapo for the first time, and it was like everything was answered without words. The idea that I had just been diagnosed with ADHD and there was so much there that was evident my whole life, just nobody took the time and girls weren't really diagnosed, right? But I held on to that as a conditioning, a deeply rooted belief that somehow I wasn't as smart enough as the people around me. I downplay it a lot, and I don't think I'm a genius or that smart by any means, but obviously if I can graduate college, there's something in me that can at least read books, right? And so the work, when I talk about the work and the unconditioning of your beliefs, it's to ask yourself, do you feel aligned with what you're doing and where you're going? Because at any point, you can change your mind and do something different. But our conditioning often tells us that we can't in one way or another. Like there's always something that conditions us to believe that we have to be exactly where we are. And we are exactly where we are when we need to be there, but you don't always have to be there. But you have to ask yourself. Intimacy starts with the relationship that you have with yourself. The more you know your inner landscape, your emotional landscape, the more you do that work and become unconditioned by other people's beliefs. And there's nothing wrong if you believe other people's beliefs, but you genuinely have to want to believe them. but we don't ask ourselves or question ourselves enough to say, is this what I want to do? Is this where I want to be? So anyways, just thought I'd pop on because that's what I was doing in my journaling. And I have a free Telegram group, Thriving with Lisa, said it wasn't working. I redid something and hopefully the link is working now. Free Telegram group, 3-part series in the channel. It's a voice series. We can chat with each other. I'll probably talk more in there if people have questions on the type of plant medicine that we actually use. So have a good night. Bye.